Hello and welcome to This Week in Star Citizen. This is the 23rd of November, and I want to take a look at the plans that Cloud Imperium have for the rest of the week with Star Citizen, what's happening with new ships in the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. We've also had some articles that celebrate Star Citizen's $400 million funding mark from lots of different outlets, and I sort of want to talk about the media sentiment and how it's changed with Star Citizen. Firstly, we've had a hotfix patch that went out to address some 30k issues for 3.15.1. Hopefully, peoples will be having a better Star Citizen experience that were getting a lot of crashes before. Hopefully, they're not getting any crashes now. I've had a pretty good experience with 3.15.1. It has been more unstable than 3.15 was for me, for sure. But hopefully that is in a more stable place now. So Tuesday, we have the narrative team looking at the Galactopedia, expanding that out even further. That eventually is going to be integrated into the game, the Galactopedia, but it just sort of like has loads of like news articles and sort of like references to things and details that, sort of like a wiki page almost for each individual thing in the game is the idea there. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is obviously in full swing on Tuesday at 4 PM UTC. You can have the Ares, Ion and Inferno taking center stage as Crusader takes over the expo hall there. So Crusader ships on sale, all that sort of jazz. So check that out. On Thursday, we've got another Intergalactic Aerospace Expo themed episode of Inside Star Citizen, taking a look at two more vehicles making their debut at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo this year. I'm assuming that one of them will be later that day. So we've got Argo, and we do know there's basically a new Argo ship coming out. I don't want to overly spoil exactly what it is, and you can check out my video on the spoilers and sort of leaks if you want to. That's on my channel. But yeah, Thursday we've got a new Argo ship which will be unveiled, and the sort of Expo Hall is going to be taken over by Argo, Consolidated Outland, Greycat and Kruger all at the same time. On the RSI website, you're going to be able to purchase this new ship, and it very well may be straight to flyable. On Friday, you'll see an update to the subscriber vault and the RSI newsletter, all that sort of jazz that you normally get every week. There's not going to be a Star Citizen live this week because it's a holiday in the US, but it is Drake Day on Friday at the IAE, which means limited hull sales for the Kraken and Privateer, and probably some cool stuff to see in the holodeck. I saw a lot of people desperately want to see the Corsair there, for example, but also if you want to rent any of the really rather cool sort of cutlasses, I love the Cutlass Red and Blue, they are my bays, so please check those out. Rent all that stuff for free. It is free fly as well until the 1st of December, all of this stuff, so try Star Citizen free, it's a good laugh. On Saturday, you'll get the last new ship for the IAE with something from Misk, as they also take the floor. I'm not 100% sure whether the Misk ship is going to be straight to flyable or concept. I was expecting concept, but we will have to wait and see, as even leak information and sort of rumors and stuff, they are just that. There could be different things happening that we might be wrong with what ships they are and when they're coming and that sort of jazz. We have been in the past, and the leaks are not 100% accurate. Sunday starts the best in show at the IAE, so basically you'll be able to rent all previous ships that were available at the IAE at kiosks at the Expo Hall, but you'll also see the best in show ships, so those are ships that won the Ship Showdown, with some new skins there as well. If you have any of those Ship Showdown ships in your hangar on the 28th of November, when that sort of best in show starts, then you will get those skins and some flair for free, so sort of bear that in mind. Something else I wanted to talk about is a bunch of articles that have come out for Star Citizen in the last couple of days. Star Citizen has now reached $400 million in funding according to its funding tracker on the website. However, the total amount is actually much higher, including subscriber revenue, incentives, sponsorships, tax breaks, and investment. But this hasn't stopped a slew of articles. My favourite being a Kotaku article, and I say favourite in a quite sarcastic way, which I accurately guessed the title of without seeing it in a joking fashion. It is 2021, Star Citizen has raised $400 million, and it's still not out. That was their title, and that's basically been their title for the last 8 or 9 articles that they've posted, but that is also the entire substance of the article too, just discussing the title. But actually, almost all of the other articles I read were pretty positive, and I read about a dozen. So Star Citizen reaches over $400 million in crowdfunding from more than 3.3 million backers. There is no release window, but they have a playable game that tens of thousands of their community enjoy each day. Star Citizen continues to break multiple crowdfunding records, raising over 200 times more than its original Kickstarter goal. And it's basically these articles sort of reference Star Citizen as incredible, ambitious, and to a much less extent than before, concerning. There seems to be a massive change in the way Star Citizen is viewed or being reviewed by the media. I have noticed as well that for many of the articles that I read from the larger outlets, or what were large outlets, have different writers now. They're not writers that I've read from before or seen Star Citizen articles being written by these people before. So it could be that. It could be that they're just different people. People that are less critical. People that are more into the game. People that are just sort of testing their toes with a Star Citizen article and actually don't know much about the project at all. But I think it's an interesting thing. The game is still rightly criticised for sometimes an enormous scope and its many delays, but I do think that's more than fair enough, and you should be mentioning that sort of stuff when you're writing an article about Star Citizen. You talk about its development cycle, its change in development cycle, where it is now, and a lot of sort of articles previously, I would have said, miss out where it is now, and that it is being enjoyed and played by a lot of people. And yes, there is a lot of room for criticism, and there's a lot of different opinions in that community. But Star Citizen is in a sort of playable state to at least some extent, and a lot of people enjoy the way Star Citizen is doing its development and the way it has a playable alpha at the moment, and that gets built on every quarter. The other thing I noticed about all these articles is that they weren't copy-pastes of each other like they used to be. They all talk about Star Citizen in different ways, one comparing it to Cyberpunk, one comparing it to sort of like games of old and Wing Commander, obviously Chris Roberts, Wing Commander, all that sort of jazz. Some talking about the Squadron 42 game being the one that they're really looking forward to, and it's got AAA actors in it and it's all going to be fantastic, and others talking about, oh, it's too early to see if it's actually going to be anything yet, but it could be a No Man's Sky-like experience where it's being built out over many years, and after it's released it will sort of flourish and bloom. But I've just really liked it. I liked that a lot of these articles seem to be excited and hyped for Star Citizen, or at least talk about that angle of it rather than just being critical of it without doing any further research. And I think now what's going on with the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, some of these people have actually tried the game out. And I have noticed from the people that have really positive articles about Star Citizen, it does largely seem to be people that are excited about Star Citizen, that have played Star Citizen, and that are Star Citizen sort of backers that have written those articles. So is it that they know more about Star Citizen and that's why the hype's about it, or is it because they're just hyped about Star Citizen and they're then biased when they write? It's probably a mixture of the two, but you can expect Star Citizen to actually have been funded closer to $500 million now. That's a lot of money, isn't it? And we're getting towards 3.4 million player accounts. We're going to be digging into Star Citizen's and Cloud Imperium's financials a little bit later in the year. They typically put out an article on their website talking about their finances and financials and revealing a lot of this stuff, and put out a little message to the sort of investors and that sort of stuff. And we'll be ripping all that apart and talking about it, as well as looking at how well the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo did this year, because it's possible that it's another record-breaking year this year, and that would be good for Star Citizen, because they're expanding to huge proportions with new offices in Frankfurt and the UK. But boom, that's it. Prepare yourself for more Intergalactic Aerospace Expo fun and rentals and new ships coming until, well, I suppose the 1st of December. That's when it all sort of ends. But what do you think? Is the media sentiment softening to Star Citizen? Has there just been some new blood coming into the gaming media? Are some of the gaming media just fed up with some of the games that get recycled regularly? Is Star Citizen the Babylon 5 of computer games? By that, I mean the last best hope for victory, or is this an isolated incident of celebration? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's November, and that means, yes, you're right, it's NordVPN season. All those delicious Nords are collected together to make the finest VPN that I shill for on my channel. Not only is NordVPN delicious, but it also protects. Check out the links below to get fantastic discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Do you dream of being at the controls of your spaceship in real life? Well, now you sort of can with Game Glass. It turns touchscreen devices into diegetic controllers for Star Citizen, and you can get the basic software free. Check it out in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Mercury Starrunner, a multi-crew ship that will let you do a bit of everything in-game now. Or at least most things. Lots of things in-game now. In the future it might allow you to do smuggling and data running too. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos during November. More details down below. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join or thanks button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon. You get some cool stuff to show that you're a true supporter of mine and Zin's art, some exclusive polls, ways of shaping the channel, some exclusive videos, all that sort of jazz too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.